Dean Howard.
Yes.
Hello, hi. I'm Stefano. We talked about email.
Oh, yeah, Stefano. Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much. Can I sit? You have a minute?
Sure.
Thank you so much. So, what a beautiful place. Thank you so much for taking the time. And so, I wanted to ask you a couple of things, and thank you so much for taking the time. As I wrote in the email, I dropped out of college 10 years ago, and I was listening to the radio the other day, and I heard that you guys are offering this degree. But what kind of degree actually is? I'm not quite sure if I understand it. So can you tell me something about it?
Sure. No, I'd be happy to. This is actually a new program that we have designed particularly for people just like you who've been to college but did not get a college degree. And as you, I'm certain, know, you wouldn't be asking these questions probably, having a degree makes a huge difference in success and in your future. So recognizing that there's actually close to 1 million people just in the state of Washington.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty breathtaking, that have some college but haven't completed it. We've designed this degree for people just like you to be able to actually get the credentials and complete your college degree.
It's a completion degree.
It is.
So, okay.
Yep.
And
it's a BA.
Can I ask you something else as well? And I don't know what your position is in the degree, because I know that you're dean, but I'm not quite sure if you teach a course or something. But do you know what social science actually means? I'm a little bit confused. So what does it mean?
Okay, let me address that, but come back because you asked a couple of questions in that. Most people don't know what a dean is, so let me just say a minute about that. I am a faculty member. I'm a sociologist, which is one of the social sciences. But within our College of Arts and Sciences, we have 4 divisions, and social sciences is one of them. And so I'm the dean of that division. So that actually has positioned me wonderfully to understand and learn more about all of the social sciences, not just the one I'm trained in. And that's what this degree is actually very centrally about, is what do all the social sciences together have to teach us? And so that's kind of where the degree came from.
And social science, again, what does that mean?
There are probably 1,000 different definitions to social sciences, but I think probably the most central core is social sciences are about human community. So that sounds so simple, and one of the challenges of the social sciences is that the questions we look at can seem obvious when in fact the answers aren't at all obvious. But the essential core is that we're about human beings and human communities. So you're an individual. I'm guessing you might be from Italy, from the accent I'm hearing. And so you may come from somewhat different cultural experiences than I, who come from the United States. How those cultures develop, how the societies are organized, the kinds of ways that human beings interact with each other, that's all social sciences.
And so, I mean, it sounds like something a little bit broad, and I'm actually not sure if I have the knowledge to go through this. Because again, I dropped out again 10 years ago, and so it's a lot of time. And do you think I'm going to have some problems with knowledge? And I'm a little bit scared, to be honest.
I understand that. I think particularly for anybody that hasn't been in school for some period of time, coming back to school can be pretty terrifying, actually.
Yeah, no, it is.
Can I ask what you majored in when you were in school?
So I major in economics back in school. And so I dropped out, and again, now I work. But they basically told me that if I want to step on with my job at kind of the BA, it's kind of useful. So it's been a long time, on top of everything I work too, so I have 2 time issues. And
so let me say a couple things that I think might make you feel a little more comfortable. First of all, this degree program is for people, who might have finished an AA degree last year or might have been out of school for 30 years. So we're going to have a huge variety of backgrounds and prior experiences that people will bring. So the other thing is that we really want people to succeed in this degree. The degree completion, the completion is an important part of this descriptor of the program. And so we have very carefully designed it to make sure that everybody in the program has an advisor they work with very closely. We work in communities so that there will be sort of cultures built up of other students that you do projects with, a continual process of self-reflection. So always checking in of, do I understand this concept? Do I need to go back and maybe do this again? So it's a lot more flexible in that sense in terms of individual progress toward completion of the courses and completion of the degree than you might get in a large lecture class in Kane Hall. So in that sense, we are invested in each person in this degree finishing successfully. If we sense that, sorry, mosquitoes are flying out here in my private garden. If we sense that you're falling behind, we will stop and talk with you and work with you and see what the challenges are and make sure you can complete them. Sorry. I should tell you, Stefano, that this particular place where I thought it would be good for us to talk is a place I frequent a lot of time, get some quiet time, but we're here amongst a whole number of social science departments.
Oh, wow.
So if you looked at some of the offices up there, you'd see some social science faculty and students looking down on us. So, just so you feel at home.
That's fun. And one thing that I'm still a little bit shaky and I have a lot of doubts about is, so what about the structure of the degree itself? Because it's, again, my major was economics, and again, I'm talking about prehistoric times, but so it might be that I kind of can pick up some of the things that I was doing back then, but what actually are the themes of the degree? Because am I going to be able to fit in?
No, that's a great question. Again, recognizing that people will come from a wide variety of backgrounds, and also that we wanted to do something different, something innovative. We've actually designed the degree so it is not based on conventional disciplines like economics or sociology or political science. Instead, what we've done is to identify 7 common themes that are really social problems, social issues like environment and society or global health. And these are themes that all of the social sciences in their own way have something to say about. So in that sense, we're bringing social science disciplines together, looking at what each one has to contribute. In fact, let me just show you a visual I have of this that talks about this just tells you what each of the themes are. So we have one on technological society, which of course is everywhere now, the new technological and information tools. I mentioned society's environments. We have a module on health. All of this, in one way or another, is about social inequalities and social justice, which is a common theme in the social sciences. Conflict and cooperation. As you look at the headlines today, the challenges of trying to achieve global peace are very, very difficult. So we have these 7 themes that each of the social sciences, in one way or another, speaks to. So that's really the substance. But in addition, we can talk about this more at another time, we have some courses that all students will take throughout the entire degree that are how we integrate. We're calling this integrated social sciences. Separate courses on their own won't integrate. So we have a separate course that's completely focused on having all the students working together to say, I'm taking this course or that course, what do they have in common? How are they different? To really be sort of processing with every stage of the degree, what it is you're learning and bringing it together in a reflective exercise. And that will be how the integration happens. So by the end, you'll be able to be the president of the US or the head of the EU and bring your expertise to those jobs.
That's my goal.
Okay, good. I look forward to knowing you in those capacities.
And so can I ask you what's the end goal? How do I finish it? So it's just, let's say that I have a number of credits, I don't know. So I go through the courses and I do like these integration things, if I understand right. So do I have something in the end, something that I have to produce or something?
Yes, thank you for asking that. Yes, we do have an expectation. Do you know the word capstone experience at all?
I'm not too sure.
Okay. Well, this is something, you've been out of school for a while, and this has become a much more popular pedagogical tool in schools now, where toward the end of a degree, and this would be true in, it could be a regular degree in a discipline, it could be this integrated social sciences degree, where we ask students to work toward completion of a project that they use to demonstrate what they have learned, both of themselves and to other people. And the other people part of this is really critical. I've not mentioned yet, and this goes back to the importance of having a degree. Through this degree, you will learn skills that will be absolutely invaluable after you finish it and you're back in the work world. So being able to demonstrate to an employer, here's what I studied these last 2 years, here's what I learned, here's what I can do for you, is a really important skill. And we have a course that will be the culminating course in the degree where that's all you will focus on. And you'll be doing it, again, collaboratively with other students. So another part of what you gain through this is the capacity, if you don't already have it, to work in groups toward particular common ends, which is a very important skill in today's world.
So, I mean, this is helpful. And I know that for the admission, I have to write an essay or something. Do you know what that thing is about? Is it a big deal?
Yeah, we basically just want to assess. I mean, obviously, applicants will have grades and courses they've taken before, and they'll have some of their standardized tests and so forth. But we want to make sure that people we admit into the program are really committed to this project and really care about it. So I wouldn't worry so much about the actual substance of the essay as thinking about it as a chance to really be yourself, put in writing why you want to do this. It sounds like something you're taking very seriously. And basically do it with personal integrity. We're obviously also interested in your capacity to think and write clearly, but it's clear from me to talking to you that you already have those abilities.
But should I write something academic or something that has to do with my job too? I mean, should I put in something?
I wouldn't overemphasize actual academic knowledge or experience. Remember, you told me it's been 10 years since you've been in school.
Like it's gonna be bad.
So the point more is, are you serious about this? Do you really want to finish the degree? And if so, we're going to do everything we can to help you do it.
And is there anyone we should talk to? What do you think? Someone else?
Sure. There's several people. One I would mention is Professor Matt Spark.
Okay.
He is a joint appointment in the Jackson School of International Studies and in Geography, and he's the director of the Integrated Social Sciences program, the inaugural director, and he is very passionate about it and can certainly answer any questions you may have about it. And you might also, we have a list on our website of people who will be teaching various courses. I might suggest you actually go to the website and look at some of how they describe their courses and maybe contact a few. There are a variety of different areas and so forth, as you would guess. You might even want to talk to the head of our Student Services program, Mel Wenzel, who is fantastic advising experience and really cares about this deeply, cares about students deeply.
Which is very, very helpful. Well, thank you
and
so
always
much.
you can come back and talk to me at any point.
Yes, of course.
I would enjoy that.
This place is so beautiful. I would love to come back.
We'll make it your second home.
I like it. This was very helpful, and thank you so much. So, Dean Hours.
Delightful, Stefano. Call me Judy, please.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.